How do you make content for your MSP and content that actually works, content that gets leads? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you every little tip, trick, and how to get your target customers' eyeballs on your business so you can get more leads, which gives you more opportunities to make sales. My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs with sales training and marketing. Before I get into today's video, you probably already guessed it. Number one, there's a masterclass down below with some super helpful links. Go check out that masterclass. MSPs are constantly giving us fantastic feedback, and it's ever changing. It's only getting better. So if it's been 3, 6, 9 months since you've been through it, you might want to go check it out again. Number two, come hang out with us in the Discord. I actually just checked this morning. We are past 400 members in the Discord. It's completely free. growth-generators.com/Discord. I do some free trainings in there. I come and hang out in there. There's tons. It's a fantastic community of MSPs from day one to well into the 7-figure mark. I'd love for you to be a part of it. It's a super cool community. So let's talk about getting leads and creating content to ultimately get leads. And before you're like, Harrison, I'm nervous. I don't want to get on camera. I feel weird about all that kind of stuff. Don't worry. I got you. We're talking about a bunch of different ways. But if you've already watched the video talking about it, you have to understand your target customer. I will beat it into your brain. It doesn't matter how much content you create, you're never going to get anywhere if you don't go through and fill out your buyer persona worksheet. I can't stress it enough. The reason being is because your buyer persona is going to drive everything else going forward. Everything, the way you speak, how you talk to people, what you put on your website, everything, how you're going to create content, what platforms you're going to create content on, all of that kind of stuff is going to matter. And you need to go through your buyer persona worksheet. There's a video down below with a link on how to use the buyer persona worksheet so that way you can go and kill it. The second part of this whole process of creating content is you have to think about your target customer, what they want to know, what value are they looking for. People hate to be sold, but they love to buy. Let me say that again. People hate to be sold, but they love to buy. Think about it this way. You go to a car dealership. Now, for some of you, you just got pins and needles all through your body because it's a miserable experience. Why? Because car dealerships are not providing value. They're just trying to sell you a vehicle. Nobody likes to be sold, but everybody likes to buy. Tesla is infinitely successful. Yes, they have a killer product, which you do too as an MSP, but the buying process has never been easier. You want to buy it? You literally can download the Tesla app on your phone and order your car. People love to buy, but they hate to be sold. Think about the value that your customer wants. They want to be educated. They don't just want to buy. They don't want to just be sold the product. They want to be educated through the entire process. When you go out and you create content, it has to be value-driven content. Content that people really see there's value behind it. Just like this video, it's all about the value. Eventually, hopefully, a portion of you guys are going to buy or join MSP Heroes and go on to be incredibly successful MSPs. Side note, there's a link down below for MSP Heroes. But ultimately, people don't want to just be sold to. They want to understand the value that they're really getting before they fully commit to spending money with you. It's just how people buy nowadays, and it's probably going to be the way people buy indefinitely into the future. So keep that in mind. The other thing that you have that most other people, if not nobody else has, is industry insights for your target customer. For this buyer persona specifically. The reason you pick a buyer persona is it's going to show you how to make video content, how to make audio content, all of that, what value your target customer is going to want. But also, by knowing that, you now know where to go get industry information that wouldn't be publicly available otherwise. Next is going to be leveraging your different content platforms. I know that sounds crazy. Now, some of you guys have gotten a lot of questions about this, is how do I go out and make that content? I'm going to talk about video specifically, but there's tons of other ways to make content. This little device right here is your best friend. Now, I brought my other friend here, which is this sucker. This is a massive unit of a camera. I love it. I got a tripod. It goes up to like, I don't know, 25 feet. It doesn't go to 25 feet tall, but I absolutely love this. This is the camera I use when I'm using my whiteboard. I have microphones and all that kind of stuff. I set it up with lights and all that good stuff. You don't need to get that crazy. On day one, just starting out, let me make sure this sucker doesn't fall over here. On day one, just starting out, you need this. You need, from the camera down, a tripod's a good thing to have, for sure. And the last piece you need is a phone mount. This is what a phone mount looks like. I'm making sure it focuses here. Your phone slides right in here. I probably should have played with this thing a little beforehand, before I made this video. But it's got this fancy little screw. You go through, and I don't use a phone mount anymore, but when I started, this is all I used. You clamp your phone in here. I love this one because it keeps it nice and secure. It's not going to fall out. It's got a little back latch. And when you record, this camera, the one on the back, is the one you want to use. Even if you're doing selfies like this, you set this up on a camera. Now, I can tell you confidently, this will do a great job for a long time. You are going to probably hit a point where you're like, I probably need to upgrade. Cross that bridge when you get there. It doesn't matter right now. You are making content. Your competitors are not making content. Value-focused content. Nothing else. Comes in a box, similar to this, fits right in. This is, I'll even link this one down below. It's Elune, I don't know. I'll link it down below so you can go get it. Actually, this is probably one of the better ones that I've used. Do yourself a favor. Start making the content. If you don't want to be in the content, that's fine. We build computers. We are constantly involved in people's environments. Set the camera up away from you so it's taking video forward and talk in the background until you get to the point where you can set this sucker up. It took me hundreds of pieces of content to feel comfortable on camera. My first videos, I actually started with podcasting. I released a podcast. I was shaking like I had been in the Arctic tundra butt naked, literally. I was sweating bullets, shaking, shivering because I was terrified of what the world was going to think. And guess how many people watched it? No, the first podcast I did, a couple hundred people watched. We shared it out on social media. But I was terrified. As soon as I hit stop, I was like, it could be real. I could put this on the internet. Trust me. The content you make is going to vary tremendously. Now, what kind of content should you make? Figure out what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with setting this sucker up and being out there and saying, hey, I'm going to talk directly to this camera and we're going to go through this network closet. We're going to see what is going on. Great. You can do that. If you're uncomfortable with that, set it up, work on stuff, provide the value, how you're setting up networks, draw it all out for people. I show diagrams all the time on my computer. There's a great software called draw.io. You can go through it. I'll actually pull it up here. And you can show people what you're doing and how you're actually doing it. It works fantastically well. I can click my Google Drive. I'm going to just stop sharing real quick. So in case something shows up that shouldn't be there, for example, my personal emails, and going through that process is really, really important. Once you authorize and say, yes, that's all good, you can create a new diagram and you could go through and create diagrams. There's tons of diagrams in here, maps, flow charts, however you want to show what you do to people. And we're going to just go through. Yeah, we'll use the root folder. That's fine. You can literally videotape yourself or screen record this of how you build out an on-demand system development and show the process. You can modify, you can duplicate these, we can move words. It's a fantastic program. If you are genuinely terrified about being on camera and you're a network guy or you're a systems engineer guy, Show people the process of what you do and how you do it and how you're making things happen, or how HIPAA compliance works for you in your region, whatever it might be. This sucker is great. If you don't want to be on video, that's fine. Get yourself a halfway decent microphone. You don't have to start off with a $250 setup. You could start off with a lavalier mic that costs $30 that pins to your shirt and you just speak. It's not as bad as you think it is. Your content is going to change dramatically over time. I look at my old videos, my first videos. I will actually show you these first videos. Look at, I got a couple hundred views on some of these videos, but the video quality was pretty brutal, and it takes time. This was in my old office. Yes, I have a whole second channel that I used to post on. I don't post on it that much anymore. And it's just me talking with, in this case, a different background. I had blue and black tiles back there. I tried all different thumbnails. I was constantly testing until I found the MSP niche, which I had already come from. But it took 5 years of creating content. In here, I think there's actually one where I review my old website, and it was quite funny. It was pretty rough. I was hoping I could find it right off the rip, but it's gonna take time for you to actually get better at what you do. Starting today is only gonna put you further ahead of everyone else that starts down the road. Now, other than creating video content, you can create podcasts, you can create interactive content, you can create downloadable content, you can create tons and tons of different content. Understand your buyer persona, where that person's hanging out, how they're doing everything, and create content in the areas that they would find useful. Podcasts, videos, blog posts, whatever it might be, teaching people. The content doesn't have to be on video. Video helps. It expedites the entire process, but doesn't mean you actually have to be a part of that. After that, you want to use social media and email marketing to get it out to everybody, right? You can create the content on here, post it. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, every single channel. When you're first starting out, you have nothing to lose. Post it everywhere. Understand where your target customer hangs out. And once you start to see that you're doing a better job on one platform compared to the others, and maybe a couple platforms don't work out for you, that's perfect. Only focus on the ones that do, or just keep blasting it out on all platforms. That's totally fine as well. And after you do that and you create content, share it out. Yes, YouTube will help you get found, but you should have some kind of system on the back end where you can email people, letting them know, hey, I created a new video. Hey, by the way, you found other videos like this, or you downloaded our worksheet, you should check out this future video as well. When you come into my system, you go through the masterclass. You're going to get a ton of value out of that masterclass, by the way, and other resources down below. After you do that, every couple days, I send you an email. Now, I've automated some of it. I do a lot of it manually, but emailing people, letting them know, hey, I made this piece of content. It's directly for you. It would be tremendously helpful. Post on LinkedIn, tag your friends in the industry, tag your customers, let them share it out so it reaches further and further out. It could be whatever type of content you want. For video content, use this device. Everyone's got one. Don't break the bank on it. If you want to get an extra microphone, go for it. If you want to have an elaborate setup, I post my camera, my microphone, all that good stuff down in the description down below. It takes a longer time to learn that, but going out and creating that content is crazy, crazy important. And then just get feedback. What do people like? What do people not like? Does your target customer like that kind of feedback? Watch the algorithm. Some videos might get more views. Why did they get more views? Some videos didn't do so good. Why did they not do good? And start to analyze that data you get back so you can keep making more and more and better content. And that is how you create content for social media. There is no secret sauce. The way you perform will determine where it's going to get posted and what kind of content you're going to make. Everyone is different. I would love to say, if you don't take your camera out and start doing selfie videos and talking about everything great that you do, it's going to work for you. But that's not the case. Everybody is different. Everybody's going to find a different content platform that is going to work best for them. Find what you're comfortable with. Find what you would like to see. Find what you can do repeatably that isn't super difficult, and keep doing it, and you will find your target customer and they will start to come in. Then give them an opt-in. But that's it. That's the process for creating amazing content so you can market your business over and over and over again. I wish it was more elaborate and there's like a secret sauce behind it. Everyone's different. I can't tell you to pick this sucker up and you're going to be super successful because you might not be that kind of person, and that's okay. There is a content avenue that you can go through or you can find that will work best for you. And once you start to see it working, put all your efforts towards it. You will kill it. Other than that, I appreciate you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value in this. If there's a content strategy I didn't mention, or if there's one that you would like some more information about, leave a comment down below. I love looking at the comments for video ideas. Like, subscribe, share, notify, stream it to your dog, and I love the heck out of you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.